Hi there Aries, thank you for joining me for your monthly forecast for February. A month which begins with the beguiling influence of Venus, the planet of love, but also of money, right at the top of your horoscope, but in an influential clinch with Pluto, the power broker of the zodiac. These two in turn are squaring Uranus, which is located in your sign. It's possible a job offer may come to you in the first part of this month, which does have some strings attached to it. Someone could be immensely charming in trying to get you to do what they want, and it could in some ways impinge on your personal independence or freedoms. But you may be very tempted, especially if there's some real benefits in terms of your standing or even your earning power. But just remember that when Venus and Pluto get together, people can be tempted to almost manipulate the reality because they're after something. So if someone seems to be very compelling in what they're telling you, do try to think about what their motives are, and also stay aware of your own. Now, of course, Uranus and Pluto have been clashing for some years now, and will do so broadly for the rest of this month and right through to the end of March, and then we can all start to feel a little bit easier. But there's another influence that Uranus is caught up with this month, which is much more positive, and that's with Saturn. Saturn's in a part of your horoscope that's to do with growth. But Saturn's not really a planet we associate with growth, it's more to do with restriction. But these two, angling up in a positive trine, are basically saying, keep any agenda you have to try new things going, it's just how you apply them does need to be workable. You can't be too airy-fairy. But if you really know what you want, as your ruler Mars combines superbly in week 2 and 3 with the planet of growth Jupiter, then it's possible that business and financial prospects can really pick up. The only thing you need to be conscious of is the new moon of the 8th, which occurs in Aquarius. Now, ordinarily, this would give you lots of encouragement to network and to link with other people in a really helpful way. This one's trickier because there's a square to Mars, your ruler. And this is suggesting that don't go against your principles or the principles of the general rules and regulations of where you live or operate. Because if you're impatient to get to your long-term goals and you cut across those, you take shortcuts, and perhaps tread on a few people's toes, perhaps even some friends, it's not necessarily going to help you to get to where you want. Fortunately, on the 13th and the 16th, Mercury and Venus respectively move into the sign of Aquarius, and that is going to help things. And it also reminds you of the need to balance your professional hopes and aims with a certain amount of playtime and entertainment. You may find yourself actually spending time with those people you work with. That can be a valuable way of building up new contacts. But also perhaps you're going to be attracted to people who are older or perhaps even younger than you in terms of the social links that you make. But once the Sun moves on the 19th, well, this is particularly critical because the Sun then goes on to forge a link with Neptune in the last 10 days of this month, suggesting the more spiritual dimension comes into play. If you're not quite clear about some of your hopes and objectives, you may find yourself losing energy, losing a little bit of drive. Yet despite this, Jupiter is actually angling up brilliantly with Pluto as the month comes to a close, and some kind of transformation can still come about. But I just feel there may be some times towards the very end of February where you may feel like secluding yourself away and have some very quiet moments just thinking about some of the momentous things you've been caught up in over the months previous. It's been a real pleasure being with you, Aries. Thank you for joining me. Good luck and goodbye for now.